because of the language he decided to use, but I'm sure you guys can use your imagination. A lot of these defendants, and he's referring to the defendants who breached the Capitol on January 6th, the insurrectionists. And I'm going to use this colloquial term, perhaps disrespectfully, but they're all effing short bus people. These are people with brain damage. They're effing, you know what that slur is. They're on the goddamn. Albert Watkins is the lawyer representing the guy right next to me. Yes, the Qanon Shaman who also breached the Capitol and was photographed, engaging in all sorts of nonsense. Now, his lawyer is a gentleman by the name of Albert Watkins, and turns out he's not really much of a gentleman at all. During an interview with Talking Points Memo, he said some pretty awful things. I'm gonna read you his quote. Yes, we're gonna censor a pretty significant portion of it because of the language he decided to use, but I'm sure you guys can use your imagination. A lot of these defendants, and he's referring to the defendants who breached the Capitol on January 6th, the insurrectionists. And I'm going to use this colloquial term, perhaps disrespectfully, but they're all effing short bus people. These are people with brain damage. They're effing, you know what that slur is. They're on the goddamn spectrum, but they're our brothers, our sisters, our neighbors, our coworkers. They're part of our country. These aren't bad people. They don't have prior criminal history. They were subjected to 4+ years of goddamn propaganda, the likes of which the world has not seen since effing Hitler. That's Albert Watkins, a lawyer, folks. A lawyer representing the Qanon Shaman.
Yeah. Not all law schools are made equally, I guess.
Short bus. I'm gonna talk about something right now that I probably never talked about before. I'm talking about something that I was embarrassed about, and it was always on my mind. Thanks to this guy saying what he's saying. Okay, so I'm dyslexic, and I struggle with reading. Even to this day at 37, I still I can read, yes, but I still struggle with it. I can't read like everyone else is reading. It is picking up a book and just skimming right through it. But I love reading. I didn't really love reading until I started getting into comic books and all those characters into graphic novels and manga. When I started getting into all that, when I got into anime, that's when I started really understanding and really starting to read and really started to gravitate towards it. But I still to this day, I still struggle. When I sit up, when I have to read my poems, when I have to read from a teleprompter, I still struggle to this day. Sometimes I try to hurry up and read it beforehand, get the understanding of it, so I can just flow through it. Sometimes even when I have the understanding and I'm trying to read it, I start stumbling over words and it hurts. But I still work at it. When I was younger, I was trying to read to these young kids this one time, and I was I was in school at I was in school at the time, but I was reading to younger kids, and I think I was about 12 or 13 when I was trying to read, and one of the kids that I was reading to, because I was in the library and I was trying to read to these kids, I was trying to help out, and one of the kids was like, "You struggling?" Like, well, they didn't say you're struggling, they knew I was struggling. Then the one kid literally asked me, like, "What, you can't read?" And there's this, and another reason behind it, why it hurts so much, is like, there's people who look like me in the past that has trouble getting the opportunity to read. And I'm like, man, my brain is messed up and I'm struggling to read, but I'm making it through. Now, here's the thing. That term short bus that you used, I rode the short bus. I did. I sat there, like moving pictures while people sat there, and people used to make fun of me for riding that short bus. People used to make fun of me for being in a research class and a special ed class. People used to make fun of me because of that. But let me tell you something. I rode that short bus, but I know right from wrong. I rode that short bus, but I still managed to function. There's a ton of people I know that rode that short bus along with me, and you have the nerve to say that, oh, that's why they did what they did. Stop. Y'all, there's every excuse for a white dude doing something, breaking a freaking law nowadays. It's freaking ridiculous. Are you kidding me? You as an attorney, you thought that was a good idea for you to say that? Well, I had to give over to let everybody know where they're... No, you're an idiot. You are actually an idiot. No, listen to me when I say this. Not like what you're saying by calling people retards and using the words and the language that you're using. I'm using it correctly. What I'm saying is you're an idiot. You used your thought process to think that was a good idea. To let those words poop out of your brain and fall out of your mouth. Whether you typed it, wrote it, or said it, you thought it. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And your client deserves to go to jail, prison. Do not pass go. Don't collect $200. You get locked up. Night. You no. That is not a good defense at all. It's not. Then you have the nerves to sit up there and talk about, oh, it's all this propaganda that was fed to him, and that's why he reacted and did what they did. I don't know if you know this, but they are people who are our so-called leaders, Republican Party, saying that basically that thing didn't even happen. Didn't even happen. All right. Okay. There's literally a person supposed to represent us who got voted into office, who was down there boring up the doors and saying things like, hear me out. This is what he said. It was nothing more than some tourists climbing on the building, tearing down the flag that's on top of the building, pooping in the hallways. Okay. But the person that said that, you don't want to call him stupid? Please, by all means, call him an idiot. Call him stupid. He was there. And I used to pretend like I didn't see it. Really? He didn't see it? He didn't see it? He was there. You was there. But, Mr. Attorney, who gave you your license? What bar exam did you pass to sit up here and say, I rode the fucking short bus? That is disrespectful in so many ways. I'm offended by what you said. Because I know people who rode the short bus, who has a house, a car, a wife, and or a husband are deacons in the church, nurses in the church, doctors, nurses, dental hygienists, artists, architects, automakers, money makers, YouTubers, Instagrammers. I know people who rode the short bus, and they are helping the environment. Hold on, they are outside protesting for Black lives, which do matter. They are building things with their hands. They are artists drawing, outside landscaping. But you know what they're not doing? Climbing on top of fucking buildings and having their attorney say that, well, I guess they must be riding in the short bus. So my fellow passengers who are on the short bus, we take offense to that, punk. You son of a bitch. We take offense to that. And you know why we take offense to that? You know why? Because we are functioning human beings doing just fine. Doing just fine. We all right. We ain't harming nobody. So don't put us in your crap. Don't loop us. Don't circle us. Don't shake us up with them. And by them, I mean those idiots who are climbing on buildings. Those idiots. Don't loop me in with them. I'm not with them. When I looked over my shoulder, I didn't see him on that bus, so don't bring me in. Don't bring in the bus driver. Don't bring in the person that made the bus. We don't fuck with them. Get it together. Get it together. If you can pick up what I'm putting down around the town,